and I haven't done it for the last couple of months because of the press of news. But it's back. I told you it would come back, and I'm doing it differently today. Thanks to my friends at ERSOP, the Employee Retirement Stock Ownership Plan, ERSOP.com. I'm only going to talk to two people. Kevin Haney, way back on the East Coast, and Ed Portillo here on the West Coast in studio with me. I'm going to talk with them, just two of them, because both of their initiatives have to do with young people, though not exclusively. And I just thought once I would focus on business focused on young people. Kevin Haney and Ed Portillo, welcome. Kevin, let's start with you. Tell people what you're up to.
Hi, Hugh. We started a company about 2 years ago now, more like 18 months, called the Student Leader Seminar. I know it's a long name. We are a group of like-minded individuals. Most of us are retired military officers who have a lot of experience, and we looked at our youth and said, that's the target audience if we're going to make some changes in leadership development in the United States.
StudentLeaderSeminar.com, am I right about that?
That's correct, all one word, StudentLeaderSeminar.com.
Okay, I'll come back in a second. Ed, your initiative.
My initiative is a television show called All Summer Long, and it's based upon an experience that I had while I was going to school at Vanguard University. There was a camp ministry teams that would go to different Christian summer camps, and they would perform, serve, and mentor campers. And so I experienced that in 2003 when I was going to school, and I made a reality show based upon that experience. So it's called All Summer Long, and it's about a comedy team that goes to summer camps, and they perform, serve, and mentor campers.
And what's the website where people can read about that?
My production company is stateproductions.org. My production company is State of the Art Productions, stateproductions.org.
Stateproductions.org. All right, now I do bio. Kevin Haney, I've known you a long time. Tell people about your life, your career, even though the company is new. I've known you probably since the first Naval Academy Foreign Affairs Conference I attended a decade ago.
Yep, 2002, we brought you in, Hugh, and had a great time. If you recall, the temperature was 90 degrees in early
I do
April.
indeed, yeah.
We had that same thing for the Foreign Affairs Conference this year. It's hard to believe that's what made me think of it. But I retired from the Navy in 2007. I graduated from the Naval Academy in 1981. I flew F-14s in the Navy, made multiple deployments, had the opportunity to serve over in Iraq during the first Gulf War, and then in Yugoslavia and Bosnia during that run-up. Had a chance to teach at two academies. I taught international relations and national security policy and American government at the Naval Academy and at the Air Force Academy, and have had a chance to teach leadership as well. And that's what really sparked my interest, because I got together with like-minded folks, and we sat down and said, boy, this is a great idea. Let's pursue it. And slowly but surely, we've been able to develop. We've got some clients and hoping to grow.
Now, I know you're ashamed of it, but I like to put the dirty out with the clean, and that is the fact you're a Yankees fan.
Diehard Yankees fan, and right now, pleasantly surprised.
Well, that's short-lived, Kevin Haney, very short-lived. They got lucky in Cleveland. Ed Portillo, we, by contrast, have never met until 1 minute ago when you walked into the studio right on deadline. I mean, like on deadline, and you wandered in with your brother?
We made it, yes. My brother, he's the co-creator of the show.
Give him a credit then.
Yes, absolutely. My brother, Michael Portillo, is with me, and he's the one actually had the idea sparked while he was taking a shower, and he shared it to me, and I was like, let's make it happen.
All right, now give us a little background on your life and how you got up to the point of being a television producer.
Well, I've always had a real passion of creating an idea, making it come to life, and being there from the part of conception, bringing it all the way till it's actually alive. So I've done sketch comedy teams. I've put on live theater shows. I put on small short films as well as feature films. And so I've always enjoyed doing that. That's something that I'm always passionate about. But the other thing that I'm passionate about as well is learning more about why are we here, our existence, the questions of a greater power. And so I've always loved to match both the love of my spiritual walk and my relationship with Jesus Christ, as well as the ability to create an idea and be a great storyteller and produce content that's worthy of an audience.
Now, on the Entrepreneur Hour, people who listen in, people have been bugging me because I haven't done one in a couple of months. They like to hear the same questions answered again and again. How are you going to make money? How did you get money to start it? How do you market it, and how to use social media? So, Kevin Haney, how do you intend to make $1 off of StudentLeaderSeminar.com?
Well, we're already making $1. We're virtual for starters, so there's no brick and mortar attached to us. Have a home office, as does the CEO, Dr. Joe Thomas, who's a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel. And we have a website, which we've talked about. It's pretty extensive. All of us have incredible capability. We're spread nationwide. For example, we've got Bob Schultz, who's a retired Navy SEAL captain out there in San Diego, used to run a leadership program at the University of San Diego. We've got people in Florida. Mike Traven is down in Florida, used to work for the New York Stock Exchange. Joe Thomas and I cover the Mid-Atlantic states and the East. We've got Steve Robbins, who's in the middle of the country in Ohio. We won't talk about Ohio. And then we've got some other associates down in Florida. I've got a couple of associates here with us. Carol Grazer, who is an expert coach, used to work for IBM and now runs Next Gen Leadership as well as one of our associates. So that's one of the things that we can do is we can eliminate overhead. And we're making money because we walk into a place who's called for us, and I'll give you an example if you're interested in some of the people who've worked with us. And the thirst and the desire for this, Hugh, is ridiculous. There are, right now we estimate it's about a $12 billion industry that's really being untapped. Now, there's a lot of training programs out there, a lot of former military officers doing training. And what's unique about us is we're all educators, and we're all very, very advanced educators. Most of us have doctorates, certainly have master's degrees, tremendous experience. So we're bringing not just the experience, but we're bringing the education. So what we're trying to do is help develop learning organizations, develop leadership, and so far, so good.
So who has hired you? Give me an example of who's actually writing the checks to studentleaderseminar.com.
Right now, we're doing a program with the University of Maryland with their athletic department. We got hired by their athletic department to provide seminars to their student athletes. It's a 5-month program. They have indicated they're happy with it. We're going to talk perhaps about extending that contract into next year. Hopefully that'll happen, but we're also looking at perhaps going into the Big Ten because the University of Maryland is joining the Big Ten in a couple of years.
You know, we ought not to have let that happen, but we'll look over that.
Maryland's a fine academic and athletic school.
Just lowering the athletic standards there. How about you, Ed Portillo? How do you make money making a film about a summer camp performance?
Well, it's a television show, so the normal avenues of raising money through advertising and sponsoring is there. But we have a unique situation in it being faith-based content. There's a lot of you were talking to Jerry B. Jenkins and his son a couple days ago,
yep.
And they were talking about the way that they're making their content. And there is just right now we're at the precipice of faith-based content really making a stride. And so there still is people that are lining up slowly but surely to get behind a project like this, but we are partnering with an actual crowdsourcing site right now. It's faithlauncher.com. If you go to their website, faithlauncher.com, we are featured on the homepage as one of the projects that they're launching with. So we're partnering that way, but we also have connections to different people that are interested in sponsoring it and getting behind it as an advertiser. So we have traditional avenues, but we also are reaching out to the faith-based community because those are the type of people that have to really bring out the tidal wave of interest to get more projects like this happening.
So as opposed to studentleaderseminar.com, yours is in development. Are you in production yet, or are you in development still?
We finished season 1. So we have season 1 completed. We went to a summer camp in the San Bernardino Mountains, and we filmed for a whole week. And from that week, we have a short season, 4 episodes, but we're able to really showcase what the show is all about, the team dynamics, camp life, the deep spiritual moments. All that is captured in the season.
And so what did that cost to do?
About $30,000.
That's all for 4 episodes?
Yeah. Well, what was great about what happened is the team that came alongside it. There was a great connection to a couple editors, shooters, producers, people that came alongside it because they believed in the product and they believed in what was going on. And the dynamic of the team really helped push the whole project to where it is now, where we have a full season. So a lot of it was blood, sweat, and tears and volunteers and kind of connecting to different things and having things come together. But my university, again, Vanguard University, I had a guy who was working with the university that was involved, and he provided a lot of the equipment. So a lot of things came together as a result of putting the idea into action and mobilizing people.
We come back from break. We'll continue the conversation in this Entrepreneur Hour with Kevin Haney, one of the Do I call you one of the owners, one of the instructors? What are you, Haney, when it comes to studentleaderseminar.com?
We refer to ourselves as faculty and associates, and my executive title is I'm the chief financial officer.
CFO and one of the associates of studentleaderseminar.com. Ed Portillo, of course, from stateproductions.org, or I'm just going to call him the Grand Poobah. Don't go anywhere, America. It's the Hour of the Entrepreneur on the Hugh Hewitt Show.